You can replace this text with any text you wish. You can either write in this text box or paste your own text here. Try different languages and voices. Change the speed and the pitch of the voice. You can America will never forget. 10 years ago, the Twin Towers fell in a sea of flames. The screams, the tears, the vows uttered in the night. We will hunt down the evildoer to the ends of the earth. The name of that evildoer was Osama bin Laden. Tracking the phantom for a decade, he vanished as if he had evaporated in the deserts of the Middle East. The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, followed every fragile trace as thin as a spider's web. A secret phone call, a strange pickup truck, a courier who never made a phone call. Then, a miracle happened. A loyal courier of bin Laden was tracked down. He led them to a place, a peculiar mansion in Abbottabad, Pakistan. The house looked like a fortress. Walls 5.5 meters high, a tangled fence of barbed wire. No internet, no landline phones. Trash never left the premises. It was burned right in the yard. A place far too unusual to house ordinary farmers. The CIA concluded bin Laden was likely hiding there. But was it 100% certain? No one dared to claim that. There was only one way to know. Enter, face him, and confirm with their own eyes. Then tweak the SSML, speech synthesis markup language, to control how the different sections of the text sound. Click on SSML above to give a try. Enjoy using text-to-speech. The order TO, strike. A decision with NO turning back deep beneath the White House, in a specially secured room. The cold, yellow light filled the space, heavy as fog. President Barack Obama sat upright, his hand gripping the table, his eyes fixed on every cold, steely word of the report. Around him were CIA Director Leon Panetta, National Security Advisor John Brennan, and Secretary of Defense Robert Gates, all knowing that this moment would go down in history. The air seemed to freeze. Every option lay on the table. Bomb the house, but there would be no evidence left. Or risk a raid. Face death head-on? The room held its breath. Then the president raised his head, his gaze unwavering. We go in. With real men. Real hands. Real eyes. No one opposed. No one hesitated. At that moment, the door to retreat slammed shut forever. Training in the dark immediately after the order was given, 24 warriors were summoned to a top-secret military base in North Carolina. They were SEAL Team 6, the battle-hardened souls whose names were only whispered about. No questions asked. Why? Or where to? Only silent glances. The eyes of those ready to die without seeking glory. A detailed model of the target house was set up in the dark. The intense training began. Night after night, under dim lights, they went to work, break the door, sweep the room, take the target down in half a heartbeat. Sweat soaked their shirts, but not one slowed down, because they understood. In a real battle, even the smallest mistake is a one-way ticket to hell. Beneath the heavy black armor, every heartbeat was a silent vow. If I fall, I will fall like a legend. A one-way flight, May 1st, 2011. As night fell over Afghanistan, 2 unmarked MH-60 Black Hawk helicopters screamed through the sky, diving into the darkness like wolves hunting. Inside, 24 SEAL warriors sat hunched, their guns tightly gripped. No one spoke. No one stirred. Only the sound of hearts beating quietly in their earpieces, the faint rattle of weapons being checked, the music of those hunting death itself. The darkness outside was thick. The line between life and death was as thin as a hair. In that moment, no one thought of glory. No one thought of rewards or medals. In their hearts, only one burning flame remained. We go to bring justice to the souls lost on September 11th. The helicopter tilted slightly. The signal had crossed into Pakistan's airspace. No radar, no air support, no right to retreat. A journey with only one ticket. Either success or a permanent sacrifice in the darkness. The crash in the fortress that night, as the cold moon passed over the mountaintops. The first Black Hawk helicopter approached the target house. But then, fate threw the dice. Due to the thick concrete walls radiating heat and turbulent airflow, The helicopter immediately lost lift. In that moment, the world seemed to flip upside down. The wind howled. Dust struck their faces. The blades slammed into the wall, metal screeching, tearing the night apart. Inside, the SEALs gripped their weapons, knees locked in place, preparing for the fall. No one screamed. No one shouted. As the Black Hawk crashed into the yard, like a deep-rooted instinct, the SEALs broke the door open and charged out like wolves tearing through the black night. No questions, no complaints. Only one unspoken command echoed in their minds. Keep moving. Don't stop. No mercy. Advancing into the darkness immediately, the SEALs formed up like a flood. Break the door. Attack. Like shadows, they moved through the dark hallways, each step taking control of the house. The cold, muffled sound of suppressed gunfire echoed, death knocking without warning. A man lunged out with an AK-47. Without hesitation, a SEAL flicked his hand, 2 cold shots buried in the man's chest. He fell like a tree being felled. Right after, a woman rushed out, her hand hidden in her clothing. Without a second thought, a SEAL slammed her to the floor before she could detonate anything. No one paused to celebrate small victories. No one slowed down to sigh in relief. Every step was a defiance against death. Ending the phantom finally, after heavy breathing and faint gunshots, they reached the 3rd floor, the fateful room. The wooden door closed tight. The heavy darkness pressed down on their shoulders. A SEAL kicked the door open. In that instant, a laser light swept across the room. Osama bin Laden stuck his head out from a dark corner, his hand reaching behind him, possibly for a weapon or explosives. Not a second of hesitation. Not a shred of doubt. 2 shots rang out. The first bullet pierced his chest. The second shattered his skull. Bin Laden fell to the ground, his eyes empty forever. No fanfare. No drums. Only justice silently descending, firm and cold. Vanishing into the night immediately, the SEALs tightened their formation. Bin Laden's body was confirmed. Computers, documents, hard drives, everything was wiped clean. The broken Black Hawk was rigged with explosives. A fireball erupted, incinerating all evidence. Without hesitation, the team withdrew, swiftly and silently, just as they had arrived. Just minutes later, they had left Pakistan's airspace, disappearing into the night before the world could know what had just occurred. Not a single casualty. No mistakes. Only a phantom eliminated, and a new chapter of heroism written for the United States.